mynews.studio.
On a rooftop in Damascus, you can see candles flickering as Syrians commemorate Human Rights Day. It raises the question, is this a sign of real change after so many years of repression?
Today is December 16th, 2025. For the first time in recent memory, Syria has officially recognized Human Rights Day. This is just a year after the end of Bashar al-Assad's rule. And it's not just symbolic. The United Nations Office of the High Commissioner for Human Rights, or OHCHR, is now working openly in Damascus. But what does this mean for Syrians in their daily lives?
The most noticeable change is happening in the justice system. Under Assad, political cases went to special courts. No transparency, no real process. Those have been scrapped. Now, even cases once labeled as terrorism go to regular courts. Defense lawyers say they can actually meet their clients and review case files. That's a significant shift.
But are people really getting fairer trials now? Or is this just on paper?
There's some real progress. Political detainees who used to simply disappear are now processed through the criminal justice system. The OHCHR isn't just observing from outside the country anymore. They're present in the detention centers. There are now legal offices inside prisons meant to protect detainees' rights. Arbitrary detentions have dropped, especially in Damascus and Homs.
But not everywhere, right? Some regions like the Northeast or Suena still have reports of abuse.
That's correct. In those areas, abuses do continue. Oversight isn't as strong. Local commanders, who had a lot of power under Assad, are resisting change. So, while legal reforms are important, the actual culture and power dynamics are slow to shift.
What about religious minorities? Groups like the Alawites or Druze, how are they affected by all this?
It's mixed. Some people in those communities feel hopeful, but there's also real concern. There's fear of possible retaliation or losing the protection they once had under Assad. There have been some local tensions. At the same time, minority representatives are joining new forums with the UN and transitional leaders. It creates a delicate balance.
And women? Are they seeing new opportunities?
In some areas, yes. Women-led groups have more room to organize and advocate now. The OHCHR is pushing for women to be part of legislative changes. But outside the main cities, traditional attitudes are still strong. So, it's uneven, but the direction is positive.
Families of the disappeared. How are their voices being heard now?
They're speaking out. In places like Damascus and Aleppo, there are now public memorials and protests. Families are demanding answers about loved ones who went missing, whether under Assad or more recently. The government faces pressure to open records and work with UN investigators.
That leads us to transitional justice. Is there a real system to investigate crimes by all sides or just the old regime?
The basic structure is there: a national investigative body, renewed UN-led investigations, and importantly, the end of special courts. The mandate is clear: no blanket amnesties. Anyone accused can be investigated. International observers are on the ground to keep things transparent.
So the world's paying close attention. If Syria really builds accountability, could this set an example for other countries nearby?
That's definitely the hope. If these reforms hold, Syria could become a model. It might encourage refugees to return, inspire similar movements in the region, and show that international involvement can help after conflict.
But it's still fragile. Years of repression don't just disappear.
Right. There's movement forward, but also a lot of pain and uncertainty. The real test will be in the next few years, whether new authorities and institutions can truly deliver.
Tonight, Syrians lit candles for Human Rights Day. The world is waiting to see if that light grows or fades.
Thank you for listening as we explored Syria's first Human Rights Day and what it might mean for the region.
We talked about justice reforms, the situation for minorities and women, and the ongoing challenge of accountability.
Stay curious, stay informed. Thank you for tuning in. This episode was brought to you by mynews.studio. Try it now, free of charge.